Disclaimer. We are interested in everything and experts in nothing. We enjoy learning, but get it wrong sometimes. We mean no disrespect, and if we mess up, kindly correct us. Let's take this ride together, unless your intention is to cause harm or distress, in which case, with utmost haste, fuck right off.
Episode 15. It's my episode.
Woohoo!
And, actually, by the time this airs, we're in the new year.
Aw,
Happy 2022.
happy 2022, everyone.
So, we're going to talk about Nessie.
The Loch Ness Monster?
The Loch Ness Monster.
Yay!
So, but we're going to start with a brief aside. I don't know. Is it an aside if that's where you start?
Background? Historical?
I don't know.
I don't know, whatever.
So the Pict.
Yes.
Were an ancient people of Scotland.
Yes.
Possibly named from the Latin word picti,
Mm-hmm.
which means painted,
Yes.
due to their tattoos or painted bodies. And I've heard, well, in here, I read it both ways, that it was body paint or that it was tattoos. So
Yeah.
I don't really know how permanent, or maybe it was a both. I don't know.
Maybe it was a both.
But I read both, so I
Yeah.
put in both. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It may also be that they actually referred to themselves as Pecht, which means ancestors.
Alright, okay.
But essentially they are currently considered the indigenous people of Scotland.
Yes.
So they did not leave a written history of themselves, but they were written about.
By usually the Romans who were fighting them.
And the first Latin scholar wrote about them in 297 AD.
Jeez.
Yeah. They were known for beautiful carved stone works.
Ooh.
Many of their stone works depict animals, and all are easily identifiable except for one.
Oh.
This is considered the earliest depiction of Nessie.
Whoa. That looks like an anteater who's had a really bad day, so he's leaning his head up against the wall, just like, oh, I can't take another shift.
I think it looks like a sad dog with an alligator face.
So many unfortunate things.
But again, not easily identifiable. They got that right.
Mm.
So that's considered the earliest depiction of Nessie-ish. Not that they called it Nessie, but the first clue that there's some kind of big sea creature that they don't know what
How does that even look like a sea creature? That looks like a really long-faced baboon, sort of?
I don't know.
I have so many questions.
Yeah. So Scottish folklore includes legends of large water beasts called water horses or
Yes.
water kelpies,
Oh, yes.
who are magical and malevolent.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, one legend speaks of a water horse that will lure children onto its back. Where they become stuck and unable to get off, the horse dives back into the water,
shit.
drowning the children. And supposedly their livers wash ashore the next day.
Okay, why do they get off on that shit? What? I mean, I'm swimming around. You know what I feel like doing today? Tricking some children and making their livers wash ashore. Who has that thought?
I guess people who are hunting children for delicacies.
But they're not eating the livers. The livers are washing ashore.
But
Are they eating everything else besides the liver? Because
maybe.
the bile
That's
is
just
gross?
the reject part. I don't know.
Yeah, we're not eating that bile-filled sack of nasty.
Yeah. So this is not necessarily Nessie, because these legends are not specific to Loch Ness, but it's just
Any
folklore in
body of water.
So the earliest writings about the Loch Ness creature, specifically, were in 565 AD.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So in this account, Saint Columba was on his way to visit a Pictish king when he saw a beast in Loch Ness preparing to attack a swimmer.
Oh.
He intervened by commanding the beast to... Beast? Why can I not talk tonight?
Oh, okay.
Okay. He intervened by commanding the beast to go back with all speed in the name of the Lord.
In the name of the Lord, yeet!
Yeet! In the name of the Lord. The beast obeyed, and thus the swimmer was unharmed.
Oh.
Worth noting...
He probably shit his pants.
I don't know. It's not where I was going, but maybe.
All right.
Saint Columba is credited with bringing Christianity to Scotland.
Okay.
So I can't help but feel like this is an example of using the existing beliefs and turning them into propaganda to spread Christianity. But what do I know? It's just the feeling I got.
I'm following you.
Yeah. So the modern version of the Loch Ness Monster began in 1933.
Is it with that picture?
No.
Okay.
No, at this point, a road was built near the lake, which allowed greater visibility.
Okay.
And that April or May, because conflicting accounts.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to go with May, because even though it was on the History Channel, which I've already established is not as reliable as I want it to be.
Yes.
They gave a very specific date of May 2nd, 1933.
All right, cool.
So if you're going to be that specific, I'm going to trust you have a reason.
Hey, that's my dad's birthday, like 20-ish years
Before?
Really?
Yeah,
May 2nd.
Oh, interesting. Well,
Happy birthday, Dad, 20
on that day in history, there was a couple driving along the road, and they reportedly saw a massive creature under the surface of the lake. And their story was reported in the Inverness Courier.
Okay.
And that's when they used the term
the first
monster.
All right. Loch Ness Monster. All right.
Yep. So that's gave birth to the modern legend, and public interest grew. So a lot of this happens in 1933.
Mm-hmm.
So later in 1933, a couple reported seeing the creature, this time on land.
He
Like
got
across
out
the
to
road.
sun himself, like,
I don't know, I guess.
or herself, or whatever.
Themselves.
They are non-binary, and we accept this.
They might be, we don't know.
We don't know.
By the end of 1933, the story was so sensational that radio programs were being interrupted to deliver the latest updates on the story.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
We interrupt your weather report to say, there's a fucking monster!
Yes.
All right.
This just in.
This just in. We've all been drinking heavily, and we think we saw something. It turned out to be a rabbit. Back to your weather report.
There was even a 20,000 pound reward offered for the capture of the beast.
Oh, but leave it alone.
Okay, well, I did math. I didn't do math. I utilized sites
You
that do math. And 20,000 pounds in 1933 is $1,998,220. I fucked it up. $1,998,222.20 in US dollars today.
Jesus Christ, that inflation.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot.
Plus, I had to convert from pounds
To dollars, but
There
who
was-
had that just sitting? You know what?
I should have paid attention to who offered the reward,
I'm an
but I didn't write it
eccentric
down.
billionaire, bajillionaire.
I don't think so.
I want a monster. Anyone who can bring me a monster, I shall give you this large bag of gold, because I'm secretly a dragon and I just want a friend. Moving on.
So, in December of 1933, the London Daily Mail hired a man named Marmaduke Wetherell.
Oh my god, I love his name.
Yes. To find the beast.
Okay.
So he was an actor, film director, and big game hunter. And here's a photo of him. He's creepy looking.
He's incredibly creepy looking. He looks like the bad guy in a Disney movie about animals.
Does.
Like he's the one hunting the main character.
So in the photo, it'll be on the website, but just for your mental imagery right now. In the photo, he's wearing kind of what looks like a safari hat, maybe?
I guess.
He has a very thick, dark mustache. And he's doing very wide, wild, crazy eyes.
He's doing crazy eyes, and there's a
And I
tiny
think
little
he has a monkey. Yeah.
There's a tiny monkey on top of his...
I think it's a camera.
He's
got a monkey on a camera.
Yeah, he's got a monkey on a camera.
But I don't know why he's doing wild, crazy eyes. But those are wild, crazy eyes.
Those are wild, crazy eyes. Monkey, get away, get away! Something bad's gonna happen to you!
So, this man, he was hired by London Daily Mail to find the creature. And after a few days on site, he reportedly found fresh footprints of the creature along the shore.
Okay.
So, the prints had 4 toes and came from a creature that he estimated to be very large, about 20 feet long.
Okay.
He took plaster molds and sent them to the London Natural History Museum to be evaluated by the zoologists there.
Okay.
So that was prior to the holiday season, because remember, he went in December.
Oh, yeah.
So throughout the whole holiday season, the excitement was just at a fever pitch.
Yes.
Well, then come January,
Uh-huh.
things get back to normal.
Right.
The museum opened. I'm not sure they were closed, but everybody showed back up.
Everybody
They had time to look at
yeah.
it, right? And they reported the plaster molds were actually hippo footprints. And they were saying they were likely made with a stuffed hippo foot stamped into the soil.
I was going to say, did he bring like a severed hippo foot because he's a fucking big game hunter?
So, hoax.
Yeah, fuck you and your fucking monkey.
So there was some debate on if he was behind the hoax or simply fell for the hoax, but in any case,
Who has a hippo leg in Scotland?
You would think
He's
the
a
big game hunter
big game
is pretty
hunter.
Yeah.
Is a little sus.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, a farmer just has a hippo leg as a doorstop. No. Big game hunter, going with that one.
Probably. So for years later, all sightings reported were, not all sightings, but basically all sightings by anybody reputable, were just dismissed as misidentification of other animals, optical illusions, or just logs. Despite the fact that many of the sightings were from otherwise level-headed, sober, rational people, including a Nobel Prize winner, apparently. But they didn't give me the name, so.
All right, well.
Allegedly.
You won a Nobel Prize, we kind of trust you.
So in 1934, the most famous photograph of Nessie was taken.
Yeah.
This is called the surgeon's photo.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody, I assume, has seen this photo because it is the iconic Nessie photo.
Yes.
Of just the head and neck sticking up out of the water, whatever. Black and white, kind of maybe sepia tone.
Yeah, a little sepia
photo.
tone there.
But it was partly taken so seriously because the source who took it was deemed credible.
Okay.
So it was taken by a physician named Kenneth Wilson.
Okay.
Kenneth Wilson, but Kenneth Wilson.
Kenneth Wilson.
So because he was a physician, he was considered reputable, therefore his credibility was extended to the image. So because he was credible, now we believe. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So in the 1950s, a different doctor.
Okay.
Named Constance White collected many of the eyewitness reports that had been dismissed over the years for a book and called it More Than a Legend.
Okay.
Which she published in 1957.
All right.
She reported her goal in writing the book was basically to vindicate those people whose experiences had been subjected to scorn and ridicule.
Right, yeah.
What it did was it actually reignited interest in Nessie and, more importantly, convinced people that it was worthy of actual scientific investigation.
Right, nobody put on like a pair of flippers and a goggle mask and just decided to go some snorkeling to find out that...
Not previously.
All right, okay.
So in 1958, the year after she published the book, a new season of investigations began. And over the next 10 years, 4 scientific expeditions on the lake were conducted using sonar to explore the depths.
All right.
These expeditions were backed by respectable sources. The BBC, Oxford University, Cambridge University, and the University of Birmingham.
Okay.
None of those expeditions produced conclusive evidence, but they all detected large moving objects under the surface which were not explained.
So Nessie was able to dodge most of the...
Yeah, Nessie can't dodge just sonar in general, but she can evade capture, I guess.
We'll go with that.
Yeah. Anyway, so a series of expeditions in the 1970s were linked to MIT in Boston. Not directly. They didn't fund it. But people who were involved with MIT were also involved in this. And they combined sonar with underwater photography.
Aha.
Yes. So one of those was led by Robert Rines. And what they were trying to do was basically link the images on the sonar with visual evidence. So basically they had it linked so that if the sonar saw something, the underwater photographs would go.
Would start.
So they could try to pair them to find out what
it is that... Okay.
Yeah. So one of those photos produced by this process, they declared looked like a very large flipper. That's here.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, so how to describe this photograph so you have a mental image. It's basically a black photo.
That somebody poured bleach on in the corner.
Kind of. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
It's even less clear than the face on Mars was.
Yes, the face on Mars, which was bajillion miles away, was a little bit more in focus.
Abstract painting.
Dude, somebody's gonna put this in a modern history museum, or modern